Welcome to a word of hope for Monday of the 21st week in Ordinary Time. My name once again, Father Brendan, joining you today with a great challenge that comes from St. Paul, writing to Thessalonians, to communities in the midst of struggle. He writes to them, "We boast of you in our churches," where I am, writing to them in Thessalonia, and he says, boasting of you, enduring with your faith in the midst of persecutions and afflictions. Writing, reminding them of their endurance. I think about that in the story of Christina and her neighbors on their block on the west side of Chicago, just a few blocks from our home of our provincial office of the Dominican Friars. Christina and her neighbors have been dealing some pretty serious problems. Beginning of May, a gentleman, young people, shot and killed a young person right in front of their block, wounding his girlfriend. On a warm evening in the beginning days of summer, the neighbors, as you can imagine, were afraid. We're petrified. How can this happen on our block? What does this mean about where we're becoming? All the struggles, all of the afflictions. Paul's writing to us, Christina and her neighbors, trying to figure it out. And they are. Christina and her neighbors decided we better meet together. I'll bet our fear is like our neighbor's fear, and I'll bet we can figure something out. They started to meet together after the shooting that killed a 27-year-old, Victor, tragically. And they decided that they needed to come together, and they decided we better do some activities, get folks together, lift up life, and not let that tragedy or that violence define who we are, and certainly better healthy experience for our block and our families. So they decided to do a street mass, have a block party, get community meetings together. They even had a cleanup day just a few weeks ago. 15 different families showed up with their brooms and their buckets, cleaning up down the block. That's the spirit of what Paul is writing to the Thessalonians today. They're creating a grouping that some of us know as a block club, an intentionality of lifting up that we are a community and we need to do this together to build up peace. That's the spirit. That's what Paul is writing about our own afflictions. Yes. Thank you, Christina, for you are lifting up the hope in the midst of a tragedy. Let's lift up that hope and let that be an inspiration for a thirsting world.